Hey there, so today I'm very excited to show you this little device here. This is the new Bellman Espresso group head that goes onto the Bellman CX-25P, which, if you haven't seen that before, is this little amazing coffee system. So this is a all steel pot, so you can use it on gas, you can use it on electric, and you can also use it on induction. So today I'll be doing it on our internal induction system, but we take this camping. We have a gas system, it works wonderfully. So what this is this upgrades your CX-25P from a glorified mocha pot system, which has the capability of steaming milk, into an espresso machine, an actual espresso machine. I will be using a portable electric grinder, which I've set down to quite a fine grind, not quite a full-on espresso, that you would use on your proper internal coffee machine, but a grind setting that I found works really nicely in this. And yeah, I'll be pulling, the best thing about this is that you can do back-to-back shots. So with the Bellman, with the previous setup, what you would have to do is you would have to fill the internal basket, fill up your water, and basically pull it through like a mocha pot. And then to do a reset, you'd have to depressurize it, cool it down, fill it up, and do the whole process again. Whereas this little beauty, you take the head off, and it's got a full 20 gram basket, which you can do. I'll be running an 18 gram shot, but yeah, so it's a little attachment, and it just goes on to where the previous gasket and seal used to go. But yeah, let's get to making a coffee. So the first thing we need to do is we need to fill the water up to the number 9. At the back here is some numbers, I don't know if you can see them, but it goes 369, so I've already filled this up to the level 9. Then we need to get the old internal basket still, put that onto there, grab the new group head, put it onto here. I like it so that it's directly opposite the handle at the back so that you have something to leverage against. We seal this up nice and tight. Alright, so that's nice and tight. And we turn on our power and get that boiling. To prepare our shot, we will be putting an 18 gram shot together. So with the espresso group head, we want to be pulling a shot between 2 to 3 bars, which is the yellow zone. The way I've found it, so you pull one shot and then you can open up the steam on just to reduce some of the pressure while you're getting the second shot prepared. Run the second shot and there's still plenty of pressure in there to be able to do some steamed milk. You can also put pre-boiled water into the system, and that'll obviously reduce your wait time in between. But from today, I'm going from a cold pot. So we are beginning to come up to pressure. You can see over there, it's almost into the yellow spot. So once it's into the yellow line, I'll just open the steam valve just to ensure that it stays within the right pressure whilst we're preparing the shot. So I found this is a 51mm basket. So with the, I've got a 51mm dosing ring, and I will now prepare the basket. So now I will open the valve just to make sure it holds pressure where we require it whilst we're getting our shot ready. This is probably a little over the top, but I'm having fun with it, so that's what matters. It is a great little system to be able to have a really tactile experience in making your coffee, especially when you're out camping and you just want to spend some time doing the things you love. Tamp over here. So there's the tamp. I have also been using a paper filter just to help with the water dispersion. It's not entirely necessary, but again, here's me just having fun. Alright. So this can be a little fiddly to find the thread. I find going half a notch back and then forward really finds it into its groove. Alright, do that up till it stops, and here we are right in the perfect pressure zone, maybe a little bit too high, so I'll drop the pressure back So we're right in that sweet spot. Now that's coming out, I'll get this ready. Okay. Turning the power off to run the shot, just because we don't want it to keep heating up and building up pressure. And I've got my watch timer, and here we go. So I'm going to do the typical 2 to 1, so I'm going to look for about a 36 gram shot coming out of the Bellman. And there we go, and we're staying right in that yellow zone. So what I'll do now is I will shut off the shot right there, and I will open up the steam just to hold it in that zone whilst we prepare the second shot. Okay, so here we are with our second grind ready. Now to remove it, all you have to do is hold the handle at the back and rotate. And it has this little silicone sleeve on it so that it's cool to the touch, which I'm not feeling anything overly, burny or anything. It's fine to be able to take it off to do your back-to-back shots. Dry out your basket for your next shot. Put the basket out. Here we go. So if you need to, bring it back up to the right pressure range. So it's just below where we want it to be for the next shot. So you can bring that back up to heat whilst you're getting your second basket prepared. And this is just rinse and repeat. You obviously want to be very careful that you don't let it dry boil. So that is having all of the water boiled out through this process. So now we're sitting in that perfect range. So I'm just going to put the steam on just to hover it in that space. Get that ready. And then once that's pouring, we can start steaming the milk. And here we are. Now I don't profess to be the best at latte art, but look at that beautiful glossy milk. We can steam on the CX-25P. Now, if I had that at a campsite, I'd be pretty dang happy. So, there we have it. The Bellman Espresso attachment. I would absolutely recommend this. If you've already got the CX-25P, absolutely, but you can also purchase it as a bundle. We've had it, the CX-25P for, I believe, 3 years now, and when you're camping, like, it's a brilliant accessory, but the downtime in between being able to make additional shots if required is just not really feasible, especially in the morning with young children. And if you're trying to make 4 or 6 coffees if you've got guests camping with you, whatever the situation may be, not a brilliant system for that. But with this accessory, being able to do back-to-back shots, and I reckon easily up to 4 shots with the one fill up to the 9 level, which with our family situation would be perfect and ideal. That whole process with doing the 2 grinds, the 2 coffees, the heating up, and I have also de-pressurized it and emptied it out in that time, and it was roughly about 16-17 minutes. I didn't start the timer immediately. But I think in the morning when you're at a campsite, or if you want to just take your time to make coffee and enjoy that tactile experience, which this just provides, I don't know, just a very different experience. And yeah, 17 minutes in the morning in that sort of a setup, amazing. Considering the previous setup where you had to, you know, de-pressurize and cool down the whole system before you can heat it back up, and, you know, swap out the coffee and refill it. This is a much quicker process, and the fact that we can also put pre-boiled water in if we do drain it and we need to redo it, it's such an upgrade, and I'm very excited to, you know, include this in our normal camping procedures. It's a little bit finicky to get used to, and finding your grind setting is going to be like any other espresso setup where you want to find that flavor that you're chasing, but I would absolutely recommend going and purchasing this. There is the options on websites to be able to purchase it as a bundle with the CX-25P, but having already owned that, this is a separate accessory and I would absolutely recommend it. Thanks.